Shoots into the roof of the net. Nice one. Straight down the middle. So a good performance from both teams here today.
Hi, I'm Rupha Ramani and you're watching Firstpost. Now, it's a power-packed show heading your way tonight. After witnessing violence on the football pitch at Turkey, it's time for NBA's Hulk to show his true colours once again. Draymond Green has been indefinitely suspended for punching a player. We'll get you that in a bit. Barcelona fans are, of course, asking, where is Lionel Messi? Their losses are now irking the loyal fans, calling for a change. And sports meets politics once again as Aussie cricketer Usman Khawaja shows his defiance after the International Cricket Council came down on him. What was the cause for this friction? We'll tell you all of that in the show. But before that, it's time for all that's making headlines from around the world in Sports 360. A Turkish women's club volleyball team was attacked by spectators today. At least one player was treated for serious injuries and was given 5 stitches on her knee. The team's coach says that glass cups and bottles were thrown onto the court, which hit the players. Several players posted photos on social media of bruises on their arms and legs. Staying with violence in Turkey, the Turkish League is set to resume next week. The announcement was made by the country's football federation. The league had been suspended indefinitely. This was after the Ankaragücü club's president entered the pitch and punched the match referee in the face. Fans of Ankaragücü also stormed the pitch afterwards and reportedly kicked the referee, who was later hospitalized. AC Milan beat Newcastle United 2-1 in yesterday's match. The game was played at Newcastle United's home turf, the St. James Park. Hosts Magpies took the lead early on from through a goal from Julton in the second half. AC Milan came back with 2 goals from Christian Pulisic and Samuel Chukwueze to seal the win. French club Paris Saint-Germain drew 1-1 with German side Borussia Dortmund. The match was scoreless in the first half. Both teams scored a goal early in the second half. Despite the draw, both PSG and Dortmund have advanced to the Champions League final round of 16. An Indian pacer, Mohammad Shami, has been nominated for the Arjuna Award. Shami was added to the list for being the highest wicket taker in the ICC ODI World Cup. Arjuna Award is considered the second highest sporting honour in the country. Meanwhile, badminton duo Satvik Sairaj, Ranki Reddy and Chirag Shetty have been nominated for the Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award. This year, Ranki Reddy and Shetty became the first Indian men's duo to rise to world #1 ranking. The Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna is the highest sporting honour in India. Now, our first story tonight is from across the world. The basketball season is in full swing, not just metaphorically, but quite literally. The most recent swinging incident happened last night. This was during the game between the Golden State Warriors and the Phoenix Suns. During the third quarter of the match, the Warriors and the Suns were almost neck and neck at over 60 points. The Warriors were on offense. Their forward Draymond Green was just inside the 3-point shooting mark. Green was being guarded one-on-one by defender Yusuf Nurkic of the Suns. Nurkic had his hand on Green's back. That's usually what happens during such a defense. But it seems like Green did not get the memo. He turned around and punched Nurkic straight in the face. The punch sent Nurkic to the ground, who was seen holding his ears and neck in pain. Players of both teams were shocked to see Green swipe across Nurkic's face. The play was halted instantly. Referees reviewed the play and declared that Draymond Green had made unnecessary and excessive contact to the player's face. Green was immediately ejected from the game for his violent act. He was also booed out of the court by the crowd as he made his way outside. In basketball, once a player is ejected from a game, they cannot return to the court. After the match, Green was apologetic for his actions. Here's what he had to say.
He was pulling my hip and I was swinging away to settle the call. Made contact with him. As you know, I'm not one to apologize for things I meant to do, but I do apologize to you, sir. Because I didn't intend to hit him. I sell calls with my arms. I don't fall or to sell a call. I'm not a flopper. So I was just selling the call because he was grabbing me and pulling my hip back. So I spun away, and unfortunately I hit him. And so, like I said, I apologize to Youssef because I didn't intend to hit him.
Well, he says he didn't mean to hit him, but he's done this before. Draymond apologizes multiple times to Nurkic, but the Suns player was not having any of it.
I don't know, man. I was behind the play. I don't think what's going on with him. I don't know. Personally, I feel like that brother needed help, and I'm glad he not tried to choke me. But at the same time, it had nothing to do with basketball, man. Like, I'm just out there trying to play basketball.
Now, he says he's thankful that Green didn't choke him, and rightfully so. Draymond Green is notorious for dirty play. He's almost like a technical foul machine. The Golden State Warrior has been ejected 18 times in his career. In fact, the previous incident was only last month. Green got into a fight with a player from Minnesota Timberwolves. He then put Rudy Gobert in a headlock in what looked like a choking incident. Obviously, he was instantly ejected and was handed a 5-match suspension. Green's behavior is unsportsmanlike. He puts others in danger. The most recent victim was Jusuf Nurkic, and the Phoenix Suns were not happy with the way Nurkic was hit.
Yeah, I didn't see a replay of it, but it just looked like a reckless, dangerous play, and I'm sensitive to our guys getting hit on plays like that. So I didn't like it. The refs did what they had to do, and the league will do what they have to do.
So what did the National Basketball Association or the NBA do? They've suspended Green indefinitely. League officials say that Green will not be allowed to return to court unless he meets certain conditions. They want Green to improve his record, a record that is very colorful and filled with fouls. We've already told you that Draymond Green has been ejected 18 times in his career. This is the most among all active players in the NBA. His most recent outburst was on Jusuf Nurkic, which we showed you. He was ejected for putting Rudy Gobert in a chokehold last month. And the list of Green's aggression is long. Some of his most violent events were in 2017 when he got into an altercation with Bradley Beal on court. In 2016, Green was ejected for kicking Steven Adams in the groin. Even in his initial years in the NBA, Green was violent. He had elbowed Blake Griffin in the neck back in 2013. And for all of these offenses, Draymond Green, wait for it, has paid the NBA over $1.3 million in fine. Now, that's a lot of money to lose for losing your temper on court.
Yeah, we need him. We need Draymond, but he knows that. And we've talked to him, and he's got to find a way to keep his poise and be out there for his teammates.
Now, that is unfortunately true. The Golden State Warriors do indeed need Draymond. That's because he is a great forward. Green is a 4-time NBA All-Star, and he has won the NBA championships 4 times. Among his teammates, he is known for his bravado and fighting spirit, but he does seem to keep his emotions in check. Odd that. For now, though, he's going to be on the sidelines. NBA doesn't seem too keen on revoking his indefinite ban. A loss for Draymond, a loss for the Golden State Warriors, but a win for the sport, because nobody likes a spoiled sport who engages in violent acts and keeps getting away with it. Now, this Champions League is looking like a tournament of upsets. Yesterday, it was Manchester United. They lost to Bayern Munich and were knocked out of the Champions League. Now, there is another upset. La Liga giants Barcelona were defeated by Belgian club Antwerp FC. The Belgian side capitalized on Barcelona's errors to win the home match. The final score was 3-2 in favour of Antwerp. Barcelona looked down and out from the beginning. Just 2 minutes into the game and Antwerp had the lead. Barcelona managed to equalize in the first half, but they were again on the back foot as the second half began. Antwerp had scored again to take a 2-1 lead. The match went down to the wire. Barcelona equalized 1 minute into second half injury time. They were hoping to end the game at a draw, but Antwerp had other intentions. Just a minute after Barca equalized, Antwerp punished Barcelona for sloppy defense. They scored the winning goal and sent Barcelona and their fans into a state of shock.
We didn't play a good game. We didn't end with good sensations. We must improve a lot in our game. But this isn't a painful defeat. Today we must feel satisfied for the good job done in this competition. But you're talking about things that have nothing to do with what's really happening to us, which is our game. We had to play better tonight. We improved during the last part. We tied the game, but then we had that unlucky rebound and we lost 3-2.
Coach Xavi is calling it an unlucky rebound. If you would ask the Belgians, they would disagree. It seems more like Barcelona did not take Antwerp seriously and thought the game was done. This is quite common in the world of sports. Big teams often downplay the threat from minnows, and Antwerp caught Barcelona napping. But let us tell you, Antwerp is not to be taken lightly. They clinched the Belgian title last season. This is their debut appearance in the Champions League, so they've got nothing to lose. And that was evident when they took on Barcelona. After the Spanish team were handed the loss, fans were quick to vent their outrage. They made sarcastic jibes at the team and the coach. Some even said that Xavi needed to find a new team. Social media became a meme fest. Barcelona fans were posting pictures of Lionel Messi. The comment section on Barcelona team's page was flooded with Messi's face. Clearly, the fans missed their former star way too much. After Xavi, fans began poking and taking a dig at the players. They said that the best player on the Antwerp team was Barcelona's defense. See, the fans are not just upset about the loss to Antwerp. Barcelona has been doing pretty okay this season, but they've had some major losses in the tournament, and all of which came at the feet of smaller teams. Before the loss to Antwerp, Barcelona had lost 4-2 to Girona and 1-0 to Shakhtar Donetsk. Barcelona has lost only to minnows, and these losses came after Barcelona had already beaten these teams in the tournament before. More so that after this loss, Xavi wanted to assure Barcelona fans that the team is in good spirits indeed.
There is an unnecessary tension being generated because we are doing very well in this competition. This was our obstacle to surmount during the past 2 years, and we've done that. And we have La Liga, Super Cup and Copa del Rey. Let's not generate tensions that don't make any sense.
Nevertheless, Barcelona is starting to feel the squeeze. The side began their Champions League pretty well, but are showing signs of tiring out. The club has qualified for the final 16, but the losses have left a bitter taste. Barca fans are missing Messi. The players have become a laughing stock. Coach Xavi is barely keeping his composure. Now, if Barcelona don't turn things around soon, they will be looking at a fate much like Manchester United, an exit from the Champions League. Let's go on to cricket now. Australia and Pakistan's men's cricket teams are kickstarting their test series down under. It has been much talked about for various reasons, mostly things off the field. It started off with talks around the new Pakistan skipper helming affairs after the World Cup debacle that saw many heads roll. Then there was the question of the sacrificial lamb that a reporter asked the Pakistan captain Shan Masood. A response that was well fielded by Masood. Then, of course, came all the reports of Pakistan complaining about the horrid pitch that had been provided for the practice match. And now there is another matter that is brewing amidst the first test that has begun today. Australia's Usman Khawaja is at the heart of it. He was gearing up to show his solidarity with the Palestinians who are in the middle of a war by sporting shoes that were going to have the Palestinian flag colours on it. He was, of course, barred from doing so, but that has not stopped him. Here's all that's happened around this heated affair.
The Israel-Hamas war is raging on. And it's not just countries and heads of state that are caught in the crossfire, but sportspersons too. Sportspersons like Usman Khawaja, who is deeply affected by the war and wishes to speak out. Ahead of the test match, the 36-year-old batter displayed his intent to wear shoes that would carry a message. He was seen sporting it during the net session. The message was, freedom is a human right and all lives are equal. He was immediately dissuaded by the International Cricket Council or the ICC, stating that no cricketer is allowed to sport any message that has political or religious leanings on any of the equipment they will sport on the field.
The ICC have told me that I can't wear my shoes on field because they believe it's a political statement under their guidelines. I don't believe it is so. It's a humanitarian appeal. I will respect their view and decision, but I will fight it and seek to gain approval.
Usman was clearly upset. So on day one of the first test, he walked out to bat wearing a black armband in protest of ICC's decision to bar him from wearing that message on his shoes. Usman has spoken about his support for civilians in Gaza on his social media. and, before getting on the field, left a long message on his account defending the message he wanted to sport and what that meant to him.
Is freedom not for everyone? Are all lives not equal? To me personally, it doesn't matter what race, religion or culture you are. But let's be honest about it. If me saying all lives are equal has resulted in people being offended to the point where they're calling me up and telling me off, well, isn't that the bigger problem? What I've written on my shoes isn't political. I'm not taking sides. Human life to me is equal. One Jewish life is equal to one Muslim life, is equal to one Hindu life, and so on. I'm just speaking up for those who don't have a voice. This is close to my heart. When I see thousands of innocent children dying without any repercussions or remorse, I imagine my two girls. What if this was them? No one chooses where they're born. And then I see the world turn their backs on them. My heart can't take it. I already feel my life wasn't equal to others when I was growing up. But luckily for me, I never lived in a world where that lack of inequality was life or death.
The ICC continues to stand by its ruling, stating the message was not appropriate and shouldn't be displayed on a cricket field. Australia's Sports Minister Anika Wells backed Usman's message, saying it was in no way violating any ICC rules. Usman's team captain Pat Cummins also backed the message, saying it was not a political statement that Usman was making.
Again, Uzi doesn't want to make too big of a fuss. I think, his shoes, he had all lives are equal. I think that's not very divisive. I don't think anyone can really have too many complaints about that.
This matter has divided people in the cricket fraternity. Many say that though it's a valid message to put out, a cricket field is probably not the right place to show or display it. And this isn't the first time. In 2014, England cricketer Moeen Ali was warned to stop wearing wristbands showing support to Gaza during a test match in India. This, though, is just another chapter in a string of incidents where sportspersons trying to voice their opinions on the war underway have been asked to retract or face consequences.
Well, we'll come towards the end of the show here today, and for last serve, we have Indian cricketer and an Arjuna Award nominee Mohammad Shami. He's gearing up for the series against South Africa, and how is that? He took pitch maintenance into his hands. He's famously known for prepping his own home turf. Watch the artist work on his canvas. But that does it here on First Sports. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'll see you again tomorrow with yet another edition, fun perspectives from the world of sports. Till then, bye-bye.